Hi all. Yeah, Friday, the day that I usually tend to send a video out, but for some reason I've managed to lose the video that I made that I was going to send out, and I've managed to lose all the footage that was used to make that video. I'm not sure how it did it, but I went to finish editing it this morning at breakfast, and I turned my MacBook on as I usually do, went to the iMovie Thingy-mabobby video editor, and the video had gone, and when I went looking for the photos had gone as well. So I am thinking that it was operator error, because I may have had a funny moment last night and went deleting things. But anyway, which is a bit of a bummer, so there isn't actually a video made that I can give you. I've only got one piece of footage left, which is 2 minutes long from the original video, so I might just bang that on the end of here now. Which is, I'm really annoyed, because generally I'm very good at, the minute I put it on the laptop and the minute I make the video, I generally back it up on my cloud storage that I have and on my hard drive, but for whatever reason I didn't do it, and then I decided that I'd have a brain fart and delete it all, without me even noticing, really. So you know, typical millennial, I needed more space on my phone for my WhatsApp to come through, because that's obviously the only way that you can communicate with anyone these days. So I deleted a load of stuff, and obviously somehow I deleted all of the video footage and the video whilst doing that. So because I run WhatsApp through my laptop, you see, as well. But anyway, so yeah, so that's that really. I'm just thought I'd let you all know, it's just a wing it video to tell you that I had a brain fart. But I'm in corrals here, so I'm in the fifth corral. So these are 6 months old, these ones here. So we're just kind of, you know, the heat's really starting to come into the job now. I think we had our first day. We've had a first run of days at 45 plus type thing. So we're having to kind of change how we're doing things. At the minute, we had sandstorms at the beginning of the week, which has caused us a lot of issues with pink eye and things like that, which, you know, in next week's video I can maybe show you that. But the biggest problem we've got, and it's actually a design fault with these corrals. If you go on to any other Almaroy farm, none of the corrals are built like this. Okay, they're still as long as this. They're still. It's 900 meters long. They are. I can't remember how long they are, to be honest with you. But anyway, none of them are built like this, apart from Hamra. Hamra is built like this. But they hadn't realised the issue on Hamra before they started building the Hamra. If you go on to the other 4 farms, these shades here are in the middle of the pen, so the feed barrier isn't actually covered up, you know, where the heifers would stand. It's actually back into the yard, so it would kind of be this post here, this RSJ here would be the other end of the water trough, and then you'd still have this feed passage here. Now the reason that we do that, or they used to do that, is because in the summer heifers want to be lying under the shade, but what happens is they end up lying on the concrete here, and the reason they lie on the concrete is because they come over here, they do their business on the concrete, which is obviously then cooler, so they then lie in it. Now this corral here isn't too bad, but if you go, like, it's bad enough, if you go over to corral 2 over there, it's like slurry, and we've got to scrape it twice a day. you know. So whereas on the other farms, the heifers, they'd go underneath the shade, but they wouldn't be on the concrete in the slurry. I think I've explained that right. So yeah, so that's kind of a big design fault with this. Now some of you would say, oh, but then they won't feed. They don't feed through the day here, really. Like you have got the odd one, but you know, our main feeding hours here are from natural feeding hours, not when we put the food in front of them. Our main natural feeding hours would be between 5 and 7, and then they'd start to feed again at about 4:30, and they'd just go on through the night. Then our biggest intakes are through the night, especially in the summer, like in the summer months, and that's what really matters out here, is the summer months, because that is when we're under pressure with the heifers. So yeah, so you know, it is a bit of a design fault, and it causes us a lot of work in the summer. But then of course, again, the other problem is then I've now had to send 2 guys night shift to do scraping, because the heifers have to stay in the corral to be scraped, and I don't want them scraping it during the day, because what happens is the scraper comes down through here in the middle of the heat, and because all the heifers are scared of the scraper, they'll then run outside in the heat, and you get heat stress from it. Because of the heat that we've got coming on, I've just turned on these coolers. We have them in our sick pen for our younger calves. It just helps them along a bit. But there's no water coming out of that one. Our plumber's on his way anyway, and he'll sort that out. There's no water coming out of that one. Look, there is that one. Yeah, we just have them on through the summer months. Just makes it a bit easier on the heifers recovering. Put the curtains down. They're a bit scared of it at the minute, because they've been off all winter like this, and I've just literally just turned them on now. So I called the electrician and I called the plumber. They'll just come and make sure they're working properly. Yeah. Right, just come down here now to calf house. I just there's the mixing area over there, and there's line 1. So I just wanted to come down because during the hot summer months we have a pressure washer. So this here, and we basically hang on. We fill up this Bowser with water here. Now you turn the pressure washer on, and then we've got this lance on the end of here, which just sprays a thing of water, and we kind of aim it at the calves and we just cool them down. At the minute this will only be going maybe from about 11 o'clock to about 3:30 during the day, but when we get into the depths of winter, when we get into the hottest part of summer, when we're hitting big temperatures, it'll be going from 7 in the morning, and there'll be a man sat on you doing it all day long and all day night and all night like. So I actually came down here to look at the tractor they put on it, because they said, I asked for a tractor. I asked at the workshop for a tractor, because I didn't have one to go on it, because we have 2 tractors in calf house. We have this one here, and we have the one that is, I can't find it at the minute, it's over there in hardening house, the one we use for feeding hardening house. But when I need to start running that pressure washer, I need an extra tractor, because this tractor here, during the summer, well, it's not during the summer really, it's certainly the springtime, I need it to put the fogger on. The fogger is a form of flight control around the place. So basically, but it's chemical in it, vaporizes it, and it shoves off a massive fog at the back. It is quite impressive. You know, you wouldn't want to be stood next to it when it's going. You always kind of want to be going, into the wind, because if you go away from the wind, is that right? You'd be treating yourself with this stuff. So yeah, so basically all he does is it just kills the flies, because we get, this time of year, we get terrible flies around here. Terrible flies. So yeah, I only came down here to look at this tractor to make sure it was okay and suitable for the job. And to be fair to the workshop, they gave us a very good tractor. Normally they turn one up down here and it looks like they've robbed every part off of it to put onto something else. So I assume this starts. That's alright. It starts. When you start it, make sure you've got hold of the end, otherwise it flies. So cool. Anyway, I've done that. I've looked. It's done. It's all there. There's no excuse now. But anyway, considering I managed to lose the actual video that's supposed to be this week, I think I've hopefully I've got something half decent for you all to watch. Anyway, there was no planning into it. I've literally just, oh, look at that, bent that. I've literally just polished it together. So showing you a little bit of what I'm at day to day, I suppose, or today. But anyway, right, it's a lovely evening here anyway. The old sun is a setting and the lads are getting ready to go home. Morning. It's was it 4 o'clock on today, Saturday morning. We're just moving some heifers around here at the minute. Basically, because the rejuvenation of the big parlours is over, we're able to bring all the dry cows and everything back to dry unit, because I think in previous videos you've seen that we're having to walk dry cows over to one of the parlours because we were milking actual cows in our Medic's parlour, which meant we had to have low cows in dry unit going through that parlour whilst one of the big parlours was being rejuvenated. I think I got that right. That's a lot to explain at 4 in the morning. But anyway, all that's finished now. There's no milking cows on dry unit anymore, and Medic's parlour can go back to being Medic's parlour. So yeah, so all we're doing is just moving cows around so that later on we can go to parlour 5 and bring the last two houses of dry cows back to dry unit, and then that's it. Then everything is back on dry unit. So yeah, so at the minute these are just heifers that we're having to move from another house on dry unit to put here, so that I can get my my routine back into the houses. Because basically the way we carve cows on dry unit is we start in house 75 over yonder there, this house just sitting in front of us, and then we work around in a clockwise motion right the way back to 84, which is, I don't know whether you can see me because it's pitch black, is that house across yonder there. Now that there is not supposed to happen. It's because some plonker hasn't put the chain on the gate up there, so I must go. I will speak to you in a minute. Oh dearie. Do. Oh. Come on, you lot. Yeah, so these are our May batch. heifers here now. We're moving. So that's it, they're back. They're going back into the house that they need to be. So, right, I'll catch up in a bit. Well, this is the last heifer house to move across to there on dry unit. Now I've freed up 2 houses so that we can bring 2 houses from Carla 5 across here, and that's it. All the dry cows will be home. So yeah. Right, so I'm here now in Carla 5. We've already moved some of the milking cows back. Most of them really, you know, there's milking cows over there and there. It's only these 2 houses here that are dry cows. So once these have gone back, that'll be it. Again, yeah, they'll all be over in dry unit. So the lads are going to cut meat up here now in about 10 minutes, and we're going to take them back across, because we have to do it when they're not milking, you see. So otherwise we'll just get in the way. But I'm just going to I put chains on all the gates with a U-bolt on them, so that the milkers can let the dry cows out and send them to the parlours. So I'm just going to take all them chains off, and then we'll start pushing them. So we've got 1 house out. This is the 2nd house. This is the only trouble with moving dry cows, is trying to stop them from running. But we stick a man out there in front of them when they're on the passageways. But in the houses, trying to stop them running is just a nightmare. But anyway, we're working through it. We've already sent 1 house. We're just about to send the 2nd house now. Are you alright to follow them, Mike? Thank you. So yeah, so we'll just come and grab B-side, and then that's it. They're all on their way. Cool. Well, that's everything back where it should be. That's all the dry cows back on dry cow unit, which is a sigh of relief. Like no more having to move people around. And people, because they still have to go and check them. But more importantly, no more having to move dry cows around unnecessarily. We do have 1 more big movement that we need to do on dry unit, and that'll be in 2 weeks' time. Because at the minute, all the houses, like I explained earlier, we start at one end and work our way around in a big circle when we're carving cows. But at the minute, because of the way that I've had to move them back into dry unit, everything's a bit higgledy-piggledy. And I'm still waiting for 2 houses in dry unit to become free back to me, because at the minute they have cows in them that are supplying the old medics. So it's all a little bit complicated. But I think in 2 weeks' time I'll have them 2 houses back, and then I can really get everything organised on dry cow unit, and it can all go back to the way it was 12 months ago, I suppose, if not nearly 12 months ago. So, which will be a lot easier. Yeah, cool. It's been a higgledy-piggledy video, I know. But that's it, ready? Right, we'll see you all soon.
Alright Chris, well it's Friday afternoon, about 2 o'clock. Over Lob doing some power harrowing. Boys ground up. This is the sort of stuff you get down at Peters, but with a bit of flint in it I expect. Probably rip your tyres to shreds. Just got off to check the power harrow, make sure everything's alright. It's going down a tree I can pop I can bang on in here. Done 3 fields down through there over the last 2.5 days. Yeah, it ain't a bad job. It's nice and steady, I can handle it. Sorry about my fingers getting in the lens. Yeah, we won't be long out here. I've only got this one and another one to do, and then we're finished there. I think we're going to drill it in May next week. This is a pain in the backside, this power harrow, because when you lift it out the ground, you've got to turn the PTO off every time, because the PTO on the tractor is lower than what the power harrow is. Yeah, otherwise she's a big old beast. She pulls it fairly well. It's just a shame that the PTO isn't high enough, so you didn't have to knock the other PTO every time you lift anything out the ground. So, anyway, I'll jump on, have a crack, and I'll do a bit more shaping in a minute. Right, we're back in the cab now. We're on our way. We're on a curved track, which means it's an AV curve. You can go round corners and all sorts with it once you've got it set up. There is an active curve which is on all the time. The problem I get with it is that when I use it, it leaves all the lines in the field, and I have a job to get them off the screen afterwards. I'm still trying to sort that out with Ricky at Farrell's to find out why we can't get them, because we're supposed to be able to delete them and things, but it never happens. There she is. You can't see a lot of here because the lens is wide enough and I can't hang out the back. She's doing a good job. Like I said, this is boys ground up here, so it should be alright. I was hoping to show you the soil coming forward, but you can't really see it. Going back the other way, it'll be alright. What we're doing, we're banging on a 4.8k, which isn't too bad. You can't go too fast, so you end up falling too much up in front, and she starts grunting a bit then. Anyway, that's my bit of video for the week. Like I said, nothing exciting. Got a lovely view up here, look, right up on the top. See the motorway. I can see Easington from here, somewhere in the distance, but them trees are in the way. So, alright then.